Once again, this is KVCI, this is clip 2, and I'm still down at the location with Mr. Nolan Cox, and I think he's a Republican. I also think he's a member of the Tea Party still. And so, come on, share some more with us, my beautiful brother.
Well, George, one of my big concerns is when the public is deceived by its leadership. And I've got some real issues with the way things are being done and how deceptive they're being done. We've been told in this community that the visitors who come to this town from surrounding counties and down the interstate are paying over half of the SPLOST tax. And they quote figures from the University of Georgia on retail pull factors. Now, retail sales is different than other sales. Let me give you a good example. When you go to McDonald's and buy food, you pay a retail sales tax. When you go to the grocery store, that's retail sales tax. Clothing store, all of your necessities, retail sales tax. Now, when you go pay your power bill, you pay a sales tax. You pay a sales tax on your telephone, on your cell phone, on your natural gas, on your propane if you buy it. And locally, we have manufacturers like Packaging Corporation of America. They pay almost $1 million in sales tax every year. Saft, all these big companies that buy stuff, my company, I buy from Whitehead Hardware. I pay retail sales on my tools and equipment and stuff. That is not retail sales. That's manufacturing sales tax. But it's a sales tax, but it's paid by manufacturing, and that's not classified as retail. Same thing at Sam's. Wholesalers that charge you tax are not considered retail businesses. Construction companies, if you're building a house and you're buying nails and wood, you're paying tax on it, but that's not retail. Now, if you go to a hardware store and buy it, that's retail. But what they've done is they've ignored all those sources that I just mentioned and only count the retail sales. Yes, outsiders pay over half of that, but of the total SPLOST taxes being paid, residents are paying about 75% of it, which they're trying to stimulate greed to make people think they're getting something for nothing. And they've been lying since the first SPLOST in 1987. And I called them out on it this year, and they cannot document their numbers. So, and more deception is on the ballot questions. And I'm telling you, when you look at this is the ballot question printed on white paper on the SPLOST 7. This is page 1, page 2, page 3, and most of page 4. Now let me tell you that if everybody that went to vote read all of each one of those pages, everybody couldn't vote. It'd take you 30 minutes to read those 4 pages. Now, here's my problem with it. Now, and you know, if you've got somebody that doesn't read well and they're in there voting, they ain't gonna know when they get through looking at that. I've talked to people that's voted and I asked them, did you read the SPLOST 7 ballot question? No, I just went to the end of it and voted. Well, what they don't tell you is that they're borrowing $20 million on top of the $150 million in this tax. It's on the last page. The principal amount of the debt to be issued shall be $20 million. The purpose of this debt is to finance a portion of the cost of acquisition and construction of the library and the parks. So, if you don't read all this, you don't know you're signing a note for $20 million along with voting for the tax. So I I don't like deceptive things like that. A man ought to be able, or a woman ought to be able to go in, read the question, and make a decision.
And I agree with you.
And it's deceptive. I'm gonna give you an example. On the charter school amendment, right here, it says, this is called a preamble. I call it a sales pitch. Provides for improving student achievement and parental involvement through more public charter school options. We already have charter schools. We already have that option. Now, what they're advocating is where corporations from Wall Street, corporations outside the county can come in here and put in a charter school and we fund it with tax money. So that's deceptive. Here's another one that I had to call a county commissioner to find out what it meant.
Mr. Nolan, hold it just a minute. This is clip 2. We're going to come right back up and get on that issue, okay? Once again, this is George Boston Rhymes, KVCI.blogspot.com. Hey, this is getting good. Thank you.